The 911 call was chilling. My wife's not breathing. Please. I think she's dead. On the other end of the line, a man's voice cracked with panic. He said his name was Nathan Brooks, a devoted husband and father, calling from a quiet suburban street in Missouri. It was just past M when first responders arrived at the picturesque two-story home, where Nathan stood in the driveway barefoot, trembling, tears streaking down his face. Inside the house, they found 34-year-old Emily Brooks' beloved schoolteacher, mother of 2, lying lifeless in bed. No signs of forced entry, no visible trauma, just a haunting silence that blanketed the home like a shroud. Nathan sobbed uncontrollably. She wasn't feeling well. I checked on her and she wasn't breathing. At first glance, it looked like a sudden medical emergency. But within days, the case would unravel into a twisted nightmare. One filled with betrayal, manipulation, and a dark truth so chilling that even seasoned detectives were left speechless. Because Nathan Brooks wasn't just the grieving husband, he was the killer all along. Emily's autopsy shocked everyone. No heart attack, no natural cause, instead traces of ethyl glycol, the active ingredient in antifreeze. The chemical is sweet tasting, almost undetectable when mixed with a drink, but lethal. Detectives circled back to Nathan. His story began to shift. At first, he claimed Emily had a fever. Then it was the flu. Finally, he admitted they'd argued a few days earlier about money, parenting, and his recent distance. But that's not what raised flags. It was the computer search history. On Nathan's laptop, they found queries like: can antifreeze kill silently? How long does it take ethyl glycol to work? Undetectable poisons for humans. Nathan said he had no idea how those searches got there. He blamed pop-up ads, claimed maybe Emily searched it. But then came the final blow. A journal entry written by Emily just 3 weeks before her death. I don't feel safe around Nathan anymore. Something's changed in him. If anything happens to me, tell them to look at him. Emily wasn't just a victim. She was a loving mother to 2 young children, Lila, age 7, and Jake, age 3. She had spent the last year juggling teaching night classes for her master's degree and volunteering at her church. Her dream was to open a literacy center for at-risk kids. Those who knew her said she radiated kindness even when Nathan didn't. Because behind closed doors, Nathan was cold, controlling, distant. The perfect mask in public, the perfect storm in private. Friends recalled how he'd mock Emily in front of them, then apologize with flowers or gifts. Classic manipulation. But no one thought he was capable of murder until now. Police began digging deeper. A suspicious life insurance policy for $500,000, signed just 4 months before Emily's death. An alleged affair with a co-worker named Rachel, confirmed through text records and late-night phone calls. And worst of all, Nathan's browsing history had also included how to fake grief, how to pass a lie detector test, 911 call scripts for emergencies. This wasn't a man panicking over his wife's sudden death. This was a man preparing to kill her. Investigators brought Nathan in again. This time, he was calm. Too calm. We know you poisoned her, they said. We know about the antifreeze, the search history, the affair. Nathan didn't blink. She drank it herself, he said. She wanted to die. She was depressed. You have no proof I did anything. But then came the bombshell. An audio recording captured by Emily's smart home assistant. The device had picked up a fight the nights before Emily's death. In the background, Emily's voice was clear. What did you put in my drink, Nathan? It tastes funny. Why are you smiling? A moment of silence. Then Nathan's voice, cold and unrecognizable. It's too late now. And then, nothing but a thud. Chills ran through the detectives' spines. They had him. The moment investigators played the recording for Nathan, his mask cracked. He leaned back in his chair, arms folded, and said, You don't know the full story. According to Nathan, he didn't mean to kill Emily. He claimed it was a mistake, that he wanted to make her sick, not die. That he just wanted to scare her for threatening to take the kids during their separation talks. But that lie unraveled fast. Detectives discovered surveillance footage of Nathan buying antifreeze from a rural hardware store. 2 hours away, paid in cash, wearing sunglasses and a hoodie. Then came texts from Rachel, the woman he was allegedly seeing. One said, "When she's gone, we'll finally be free." Nathan had planned everything. The affair, the insurance, the poison, even the 911 call, because that call was rehearsed on his phone. Voice memos were found of Nathan practicing different emotional tones. "Help. I need an ambulance. Help. She's not breathing." Multiple takes. He was rehearsing his grief with the evidence mounting. Prosecutors charged Nathan Brooks with first-degree murder. The case was airtight until Rachel, the other woman, went missing. Days before, she was scheduled to testify. Rachel's phone was found on a hiking trail 70 miles outside the city. Her car abandoned, purse inside. No signs of struggle, just gone. And in her last known text to a friend, she wrote, "I think Nathan knows I'm going to tell the truth. I'm scared." The trial was put on pause. Nathan was transferred to a high-security facility. When asked about Rachel's disappearance, he smiled and said, "Funny how people vanish when they have secrets, isn't it?" Now, detectives are scrambling to find Rachel and uncover what other secrets Nathan may be hiding. Because if he could fool everyone once, who's to say he didn't plan this too? And what if Emily wasn't the first? When the courtroom lights dimmed and Nathan Brooks was led in shackled and silent, the room held its breath. This was supposed to be the trial that gave Emily Brooks justice. The trial that revealed how a man could hold his wife in his arms, cry to 911, and still be her killer. But then everything changed. The star witness Rachel Sinclair, the woman Nathan was allegedly having an affair with, the woman whose text messages exposed the motive-vanish.no note.no calls. Just a final message to her best friend. "If anything happens to me, it's Nathan." Police scoured the Missouri woods where her phone was found. They used drones, cadaver dogs, search crews, but nobody, no blood, no answers. Yet the signal from her cell phone showed one last ping a mile from a private cabin, once owned by Nathan's uncle. The plot thickened. But Nathan? He didn't flinch. He sat in his cell, sketching, smiling, waiting. One of the guards later told a reporter, "It's like he knows something we don't. Like this is a game and he's winning." Emily's family was shattered. Her sister, Claire, spoke at a press conference in tears. First, he poisons my sister. Now, the one person who could help put him away is gone. How many women have to suffer before this man is stopped? But this wasn't just about Emily anymore. Detectives uncovered a disturbing pattern stretching back nearly a decade. 3 women, all close to Nathan at some point, had died or disappeared under suspicious circumstances. 2015, a college girlfriend, Ashley, drowned in a lake, ruled an accident. 2017, a co-worker, Melissa, died in a car crash with cut brake lines. No suspect. 2020, his ex-fiancée, Erica, was found hanging, declared a suicide. But she had written, "He won't stop," in her journal. No charges were ever filed. Until now, no one connected the dots. But suddenly, it all made sense. Nathan didn't just kill Emily. He may be a serial killer. While scouring Nathan's laptop files for additional evidence, a digital forensics expert found a hidden, encrypted folder labeled "Silent Things." Inside were over 300 audio clips, many of them low quality. Background conversations, female voices, crying, panicked breathing. One clip sent chills through every investigator. It was Emily recorded secretly in their kitchen. "Why do you keep filming me, Nathan? What are you doing? This isn't normal. Then a thud, a scream. Silence, and then Nathan's voice barely above a whisper. Now they'll believe you were unstable. He was building a digital alibi, twisting a narrative, documenting emotional manipulation for years. But then, one final file. Date: March 5th, 3 days before Rachel vanished. It was a phone call. Nathan's voice. You think you're the only one who knows how to play the long game. Rachel's voice, shaking. I'm not afraid of you anymore. Nathan. You should be. With Rachel still missing and the media in a frenzy, prosecutors scrambled. But without Rachel's live testimony, the defense argued the case was circumstantial. They painted Emily as depressed. They labeled Rachel as unstable. They used Nathan's calm demeanor as proof he was a victim of a witch hunt, and then the jury walked out. Not with a verdict, but with a request. More time, more deliberation, and just before they returned, something else happened that no one saw coming. A woman walked into the courthouse lobby, bruised, covered in dirt, shaking. My name is Rachel Sinclair, she said. He left me to die. Rachel had escaped. She had been locked in a root cellar beneath the abandoned cabin. No food, no water, just a recorder that played Nathan's voice on a loop. You talk, you die. You talk, you die. She chewed through duct tape to free herself, crawled through mud, walked 2 miles barefoot until she saw headlights. Now she was alive, and she was ready to talk. Nathan was watching the news from jail when he saw her face and screamed. He didn't cry. He didn't panic. He leaned in, smiled, and whispered to the guard, "It's not over. You haven't found the others."